Hey everybody, this is Troy from the Do-It-Yourself world. This is a box I got in the mail. Let's see what we got here. Oh, there's two in here. What do we have here? ThruNite TN12 Pro, cool white. We got two ThruNite TN12 Pros. I'm gonna guess one's for a giveaway. So, let me open one of these up. Okay, something new. They have a notice here saying to screw this down tightly before trying to use it. I guess that means that sometimes it might be loose in shipping. We've got, it looks like, two power switches on this one. And there's a tactical beveled edge here. So, let's see what else we got here. As always, there's the instructions. We have a USB charging cable. They always include everything you need. And we have here the typical ThruNite accessory kit, which includes a lanyard, adjustable, cool, two extra O-rings, a USB charging port cover, and an extra on-off switch seal. Very nice. And here we have also a shirt clip. You can also put on a baseball cap. Convenient. And a pouch with a carabiner strap or a loop and a belt loop. They think of everything with their flashlights. Well, this video has been broken up a bit because I had to charge the battery. Meanwhile, I've checked out some of the specs on this. This has some cool features that are unique, and one of the things I like is the immediate turbo. Press the back button. There's a back button and there's a side button. And, oh, I blinded myself. I'm not even looking at it. Immediate turbo mode. I like that. You can click it on and you can soft press it on. That is really neat. There's also a locking mode, which I'll get to in a minute. Otherwise, this has your normal ThruNite modes with the Firefly mode, which is 0.5 lumens, and it can last for 37 days, which makes these awesome for going into using in a tent camping. Long press. There's your Firefly. Doesn't look like much, okay? But in a tent at night, that's enough to see by and get yourself around as a nightlight so you don't disturb anybody if you have to get up. Or in a survival scenario, I love the Firefly mode of the ThruNite flashlights. 37 days. That could be emergency home lighting if you had a long-term power outage. You could leave this on every night so people can get around instead of bumbling around in the dark. Imagine put one in the hallways, bathrooms, or bedrooms, or wherever you need it. And we do use these for emergency lighting at times as needed. So I love that fact. Then there's the low, which is, let me see. Low is 50 lumens, and it's pretty good in the night, which you'll see in a little bit here. And that lasts for 46 hours, which is pretty insane amount of light for that long. And then long press and you get to the medium mode, which is 220 lumens, and lasts for a whopping 9 hours at that. And that is a decent amount of light. But even better, let's go to high. And you've got 550 lumens and it'll last for 2.5 hours. Enough to get you where you gotta go and really light up the night. And there is a very unique, well, I think I'll show you that in the night. There's a really cool dual band on the light on this thing, which doesn't really show up in the day as much. Then there's turbo, which we saw. That is 1,900 lumens. And it is crazy bright. And that runs for 7 minutes. The thing will get hot on turbo. And then from turbo, you double click to turbo, but I'll show you all that later. Double click and triple click, sorry, and you've got your strobe mode. So from any mode, you double click to turbo, triple click to SOS, and then for emergency, just press the tail cap for turbo. I like that. There's a really cool feature on this one. Now, this also has a lock. Really unique. I like it. Now this light is, I don't think I've ever seen anything like it. It's got a single lockout mode and a double lockout mode. One thing I hate is when I have this in the side tray of my truck and it's bumbling around and it kicks on and the battery goes dead and I don't know it. Or it's in your backpack bouncing around or bag or purse or wherever, your pocket, and all you got to do is hit that button and your battery's dead, and at nighttime comes along and you don't have it. What I like about this, you long press to get to your Firefly, long press again, and it's in lock mode. Now, just bumping it is not going to turn it on anymore. Okay? Now it's locked. Under the single lock mode, long pressing the switch turns it back on into Firefly, and it's back into normal operation. Even that could be disabled, bouncing around in your truck, purse, backpack, whatever. So they came up with a double lockout mode. So, Firefly, long press, it's in lockout mode. Now to get double lockout mode, hit the tail button again, once, and it's double locked. Now, no matter what you do, you're not turning the light on. That's amazing for travel. I love it. This is the first light I've ever seen that has a double lock. Now to turn off double lock, single press the tail switch and then press the side switch and you're back on again. I love that feature. That is amazing. This is going to be my favorite backpacking flashlight from now on, unless they come up with another one with the double lock feature, because you cannot bump that on when traveling. That is amazing. Now, typical with ThruNite as well, this is impact resistant to 1.5 meters, which, what is that, about 4.5 yards, and waterproof to IPX8, which is 2 meters, about 6 feet. So, typical with ThruNite, we're going to take it out and run it through the process and test it out thoroughly outside. Something I love about the ThruNite, on the button here, there's a little LED light. Shows you this status of charge. So this will range through the red, flashing red, and blue. Blue is good, up to from 20 to 100%. Red is 11 to 20%. Flashing red is between 1 and 10%. It's time to charge the thing quick. Hey guys, I have the TN12 out here, and again with ThruNite, this one is different. I really hope you can see it. There's 2 outer rings on this one. There's an inner beam, and then there's 2 outer rings of light on this one. Yeah, you can see it there. This is unique. It casts quite a interesting pattern outside. But as with normal with ThruNite, you have a piercing spotlight in the middle, and then a wide angle light all the way around. which is great for identifying targets in the dark, and then pinpoint accuracy on your center. I love that. So let's talk about some of the functions here. From off, we'll start out with Firefly. You long press the button and you got Firefly mode, which is my favorite for survival and book reading or map reading in the dark if you don't want to disturb somebody. And click it off. Just single press on the side button. Gives you whatever mode you last used. I love the memory of ThruNite because then you don't have to fumble around in whatever modes you use or that you want. You just press the button once and it's in your favorite mode. This one, if you hold the button, it cycles from low, medium to high. There's low, medium, high. Low is actually pretty impressive. If you see that round circle of light around the edges, it's bright enough to see by clearly. I can see every blade of grass with my eyes. The camera always dims it down a lot, but I can see everything in this circle in front of me, actually quite a ways out. You can see the beam. I do like on this camera that you can see the beam tonight. And there's low, and then long press to cycle up to medium. And medium gets out there. There's my fence out in the garden. Medium gets out there really, really good. You can see each board. Now I can see really wide. This one has more of a more narrow angle of light than some of the ThruNite flashlights I've had. It's more of a direct forward focused beam, but that's impressive. Now I can also see the trees behind it, which the camera dims it down. Now that's off center of the beam, so I'm looking at the trees behind it. It's pretty good. Now let's go to high, and now you can see really good. I think that's 580 lumens if I remember right. And ThruNite, their lights are powerful. There's my gate. You should be able to start seeing trees here. Yeah, I think you can see the trees. But now Turbo is going to light up the night. And one thing I like about Turbo is you can double click and you got Turbo. But what I like about this flashlight that's unique is that the tail cap, you press it from any mode and you've got Turbo. I like that. So I can be running around and soft press and hold that tail cap. Oops. Hold that button and I've got Turbo. Now that lights up the night. I'm soft pressing. Let me click it on. That lights up the night. Look at that. Every detail. I can see every leaf on the tree. I can see every detail that you could see in the daytime in this thing right now. All the way out to the trees across the road. Let me see. There's one. Behind there, I can see clearer than you can. There's trees in between. Across the road. This thing is crazy bright. Incredible. You could signal UFOs with this thing. Really lights up the night. Look at the detail. Now you can see the distinct rings of light that I'm talking about. See that? And it widens out around the top and gets to a wider angle around the top. I'm attracting bugs. This thing is so bright. It does get warm. I'm like, let that cool off a minute. This one gets hot. The thing actually gets really, really hot on Turbo on this one, but it is a crazy 1800 lumens for this tiny little light. So that is really, really impressive. Now from any mode, if you double click on the side button, you've got Turbo as well. So there is two ways to get Turbo on this, and I love very much the tail cap on this, because in emergency mode, you know, you're running around and you need Turbo, boom, you've got it now. Just soft press on that tail cap and you've got Turbo right now. The only disadvantage is it shut off the light entirely after I let go, but if you're running around in Turbo and you got it locked in, you're fine. Now, from any mode, triple click and you've got SOS. So from any low, medium, high, I should say. Triple click and you've got SOS. Double click and you've got turbo, or press the tail cap and you get turbo. So this has got some different features to it from your standard ThruNite flashlights. And I love the tail cap function. I really love the quick turbo. That could be a lifesaver. That literally could be a lifesaver in an emergency scenario. If somebody's attacking you, they're in your face, hit the tail cap. It's right there. It's a big fat button on the back, and boom, they're blinded. Well, I'm out here at the lake, at the cabin. I've got the TN12 Pro from ThruNite here, and I'm going to turn this on turbo. You can't see what I'm doing with up there. We go. Turn it on turbo, and they say it's waterproof to 2 meters. Where'd it go? It went under the dock. Uh-oh, it went under the dock. Oh, there it is. Oh, it went in some gunk down there. Look at that. I mean, this is daylight, guys. Look at this. This is daylight. Look at that, that beam. That is a crazy beam in the night, or in the day. That is amazing. Look at that. Brighter than the sun. Turbo mode, ThruNite. Brighter than the sun, underwater. Works just as good as out of the water. Actually, it works better because the water's keeping it cool. It's not going to overheat, and it's going to run probably until the battery runs down. It doesn't have to kick off turbo. Look at all the stuff you can see in the water here. Look at that. ThruNite is pretty awesome. I mean, I'm always impressed when a flashlight is brighter than the sun. That's cool. Oh, I could work this. I could go diving with this and snorkeling in the dark with no problems at all and no hesitation and no doubt that it's going to be just fine. That's my favorite company. Well, there it is, guys. The ThruNite TN12 Pro. Another impressive light from ThruNite. I'll put the links in the video description and the comments below. Go get yourself one. Please like this video. Subscribe if you haven't, because you never know what's coming to the channel tomorrow. Talk to y'all later.